Millions of drivers are unaware that these hidden car tricks even exist, and some of them can literally save your life. But here's the uncomfortable truth. A few of these tricks can also stop repairs that mechanics quietly make thousands of dollars on every single year. And that's exactly why most people never hear about them. Stay with me, because once you see how simple some of these really are, you'll never look at your car the same way again. Most drivers think experience comes from years behind the wheel, but the real difference between beginners and pro drivers isn't confidence. It's knowledge, knowing what to do before problems turn expensive, dangerous, or flat out terrifying. And we're starting with one that sounds ridiculous, until you realize how well it works. Picture this. You're driving on a rainy morning. Traffic is heavy, visibility is bad, and your side mirrors are completely fogged up. You wipe them with your sleeve, maybe your hand, but seconds later, the fog comes right back. Cars appear out of nowhere in your blind spot. Every lane change feels risky. Most people just accept this as part of driving in bad weather. But that's where they're wrong. Here's what almost no one tells you. A simple potato can fix this. Cut it in half and rub the exposed surface directly onto your side mirrors and windows. The starch creates a thin, invisible coating that repels moisture and prevents fog from forming. It sounds like something from a survival guide, but it works shockingly well. The coating lasts for days, even in heavy rain. And while stores sell anti-fog sprays for $15 to $25 that wear off quickly, this costs pocket change. Car designers have been aware of simple starch-based repellents for years. Somehow, it never made it into most owners' manuals. But that's just the beginning, because the next trick can save you hundreds in body shop costs. You walk back to your car and notice a dent on the door panel. Maybe it was a shopping cart. Maybe someone opened their door too hard. Either way, your stomach drops because you know what's coming. Body shops often charge $100 to $300 for a single dent. But here's what rarely gets mentioned. Small dents don't always need professional tools. All it takes is heat and sudden cold. Use a hairdryer on high heat and warm the dented area for several minutes, moving constantly so you don't damage the paint. Once the metal becomes flexible, immediately spray the area with compressed air or a can of computer duster held upside down. The rapid temperature change causes the metal to contract quickly, and in many cases, the dent pops right out on its own. This works best on shallow dents without sharp creases. Some shops quietly use similar methods, then charge customers hundreds for a fix that takes minutes. But once you see it work, you'll never forget it. And speaking of things people suffer through without realizing there's a fix, your car smells bad. Not just a little stale, but bad. Old food, gym bags, maybe something you can't even identify. You buy air fresheners, but they just mix artificial scent with the odor and somehow make it worse. What most drivers don't realize is that odor needs to be absorbed, not masked. Dry coffee grounds do exactly that. Place them in a small bowl or container and leave them under your seats or in cup holders overnight. For stronger smells, use multiple containers. Over 24 to 48 hours, the coffee absorbs moisture and odor molecules from the air. This trick has been used quietly for decades, but it never became mainstream. A few dollars worth of coffee can do what $100 odor treatments struggle to accomplish. But if your car smells musty and your AC feels weak, the problem might be deeper than the air itself. You turn your AC all the way up, but the air barely feels cool. You assume something expensive is failing. Compressor, refrigerant, maybe a full system repair. But in many cases, the system isn't broken at all. It's just filthy. Mold and bacteria often build up on the evaporator coil inside your AC system, blocking airflow and creating that damp smell. A simple disinfectant spray can help. With the AC running on full blast and recirculation turned off, spray disinfectant into the air intake vents, usually located near the base of the windshield or behind the cabin filter. Let the system run for several minutes. This clears the buildup that restricts airflow and forces your AC to work harder than necessary. Many drivers are shocked at how much colder their AC feels afterward. And once you realize how many repairs aren't real repairs at all, the next discovery feels almost insulting. Most drivers inflate their tires once and forget about them. Summer, winter, doesn't matter. But temperature changes air pressure more than people realize. For every 10-degree drop in temperature, tire pressure drops about 1 psi. That means tires inflated correctly in summer can be dangerously underinflated in winter. Underinflated tires wear unevenly, reduce fuel economy, and handle poorly in wet or icy conditions. And the frustrating part? The tire pressure sticker in your door frame never tells you to adjust for seasons. Drivers go years thinking they're doing everything right while silently destroying their tires. A $5 pressure gauge and a few minutes each season can prevent hundreds of dollars in premature tire replacement. And while most of these tricks save money, the next few are about something far more important. Imagine your car goes into water during a flood. The doors won't open because of pressure. The electronics fail. Panic sets in. But the solution might be sitting inches from your head. Your headrest isn't just for comfort. The metal posts are hardened steel, designed to break tempered glass. Pull the headrest completely out. Insert one metal post into the corner gap of the window at an angle and pull. The glass shatters instantly. Tempered glass is weakest at the corners, and this trick can save your life when seconds matter. Most drivers have no idea this feature exists. And in winter, there's another simple survival trick hiding in plain sight. Your windshield is covered in ice. You're late, and you realize you don't have an ice scraper. Instead of idling the car for 20 minutes or using something that could scratch the glass, reach into your wallet. A credit card or gift card works perfectly as an emergency ice scraper. The plastic is firm enough to remove ice, but soft enough to avoid damaging the windshield. Hold it at an angle and scrape in straight lines. It's simple, effective, and something you already have. And if your car ever feels like it's suffocating, your AC barely blows air, even at full power, the fan works, but something feels blocked. Many drivers immediately think the system is failing, but the real culprit is often a clogged cabin air filter. Over time, these filters become packed with dust, pollen, and debris, restricting airflow by as much as 50%. Replacing it takes about 5 minutes and usually requires no tools. Mechanics often charge $40 to $80 for a filter that costs around $15. Once replaced, the difference is immediate. Stronger airflow, colder air, and no expensive diagnostics for a problem that never existed. But modern cars hide more than filters. If your car ever gets stuck in snow or mud, you might notice there's nowhere obvious to attach a tow hook. That's because many vehicles hide the tow point behind a small plastic panel on the bumper. Pop the panel off, and you'll find a threaded hole. In the trunk, usually under the floor, there's a folding tow hook designed to screw directly into it. Once installed, it provides a secure recovery point rated for thousands of pounds. And when your car refuses to start, you press the push button. Nothing happens. The screen says the key isn't detected. Panic sets in. But even with a dead key fob battery, most cars still start. There's a backup RFID system built into the vehicle. Hold the fob directly against the start button or the designated spot on the steering column. Press the brake and push start. The car recognizes the fob and starts normally. Dealers know this. Many drivers don't. And sometimes the strangest noises aren't as serious as they sound. A squealing noise under the hood often sends drivers straight to the shop. They assume the serpentine belt is worn out. But minor squealing is often caused by glazing or light slipping. A small amount of lubricant sprayed onto the ribbed side of the belt can temporarily restore grip and silence the noise. This isn't a permanent fix, but it buys time and prevents unnecessary panic. And when your car starts acting strange electronically, random warning lights, rough idle, poor gas mileage. Many drivers don't realize that temporary glitches can sometimes be cleared by resetting the car's computer. Disconnecting the negative battery cable for about 15 minutes drains residual power and resets learned parameters. The car relearns its settings over the next few drives. Some problems disappear entirely, but the most dangerous mistakes are the ones people think they're doing correctly. Checking your oil when the engine is cold gives a false reading. Cold oil is thick and settles in the pan, making levels appear higher than they are during operation. For an accurate reading, the engine should be warm but not hot. Drive for several minutes, park on level ground, wait a few minutes, then check. Many engines have been damaged simply because drivers trusted cold readings, and even fueling habits can cost more than people realize. Pumping gas at maximum speed creates turbulence that fills the tank with air bubbles. You're paying for volume, not energy content. Pumping slowly reduces foam and allows more liquid fuel to enter the tank before it clicks off. Over time, those small differences add up to real money. And finally, one of the most overlooked fixes in modern cars. When infotainment screens freeze, glitch, or go black, many drivers head straight to the dealership. But most systems have a hidden reset. Sometimes it's a pinhole button. Other times, it's a combination of holding the power button and another control. A simple reset fixes frozen screens, backup camera issues, and Bluetooth failures in seconds. Dealers know this. Diagnostic fees still apply. So there you have it. Not gimmicks, not myths, just real car tricks most people never learn. Some save money, some prevent damage, and a few can genuinely save your life. How many of these did you already know? Drop a comment and let me know which one surprised you the most. And if this video just saved you from expensive repairs or helped you see your car differently, make sure you're subscribed. There are more tricks mechanics quietly keep to themselves, and the next one might save you hundreds without you even realizing it.